to Vegas with Robbie Ward and his 240Z. Now this car, it's been doing a hell of a lot of wheel stands recently. Why have you been doing that, Robbie? You're just a bit of a show-off.
No, not really, mate. We've found that the transmission hasn't been quite right, so we arrived at the Nats and we thought, well, we're here, and rather than just be a bit of a sook, we thought we'd wind her up and at least get some good launches going for everybody. So yeah, we just got to detune the wheel stands a little bit, and then once the transmission's sorted, we'll be a lot quicker. I was running 9.1s at 150 miles an hour.
With wheel stands included?
Including wheel stands, and basically no top gear. So, well, top gear, but it's just slipping all the way. So, yeah, nowhere near the power that it can have, and no nitrous yet. On the dyno, we've been testing a 250 shot, and the motor can make the power no problem at all. Well, it actually all started on Trade Me, as I suppose a lot of projects do. I saw it there with a small block Chev in it, and I liked the old school sort of thing, and it was something a bit different. Basically, with the setup of the car, we could throw pretty much whatever power we could make at it and use it to test the engines. From the day that I saw it, I decided that it was exactly what I wanted, and I was sort of hoping that it might do some good wheel stands as well, which it does. So, well, RB30s is pretty much what I specialise in. 99% of the motors I build are RB30s. To be honest with you, the 26s don't do it for me. They just haven't got the lowdown and the mid-range torque that the 3 litres have got. So a number on a piece of paper doesn't mean a hell of a lot to me. It's the way it drives and how much torque it's got.
Righto, Avon, what exactly is your role here at RIPS?
I'm the fabricator here. Basically, between us, we build the complete car. My trade's fabrication, per se, but been doing motorsport for my whole life, so it's just mixing the two together, which is good, you know. Obviously, you're going to make something for some guy, it's got to fit. So we just use dummy blocks and shells and bits and pieces to basically jig it up and make sure it goes in nice and looks like it's supposed to be there.
Okay.
We've used this car a couple of times now as a dummy car. You know, but lucky of us to have an R34 GTR in the shop that uses a dummy. But yeah, this is part way through the process of building the car. Again, everything's just sort of mocked up to make sure that we can get things to fit and work and actually look like it's supposed to be there.
We've made the plenum and the radiator and the catch tank, you know, all the water bottles and heat shields and all that sort of thing. We've got basically a standard RB30 block with a standard RB30 crank, but it's actually not overly race orientated. It's fully streetable, it's got a full cooling system.
You're joking?
No, you can sit there and just turn the key and it'll start just like a normal road car. We can drive it into town, go to the shops, do whatever we want to do. It doesn't overheat. I'm picking its 850, 860 on street tyres, 160 mile an hour, and you could drive it home and just putt around to the shops just like a normal car. It's got pretty much standard front suspension, because for drag racing, obviously there's nothing to do with cornering or you know, handling in particular. You want it to pick up the nose as quick as possible and then settle down slowly, and that gives you good weight transfer and makes the car run nice and straight. In the rear, it's been tubbed. We've got a 9-inch with 4-link aluminium strange diff head with 456 Pro gears. As you can see, we're running on fully treated street tyres, wet weather suitable tyres. I've made a point of not stripping the car, so it's all glass, no perspex, it's all steel panels. There's nothing being stripped out of it to save weight, and you know, if we get down into the mid-8s, I'll be more than happy with that as a street car. Basically, the nitrous system, I can add anywhere up to 900 horsepower, but you know, obviously we don't run it anywhere near that, but we run around 250 to 300 horsepower on the big shot, and sort of 75 on the small shot. So we've actually got 7 fogger nozzles. As soon as the trans is fixed, it's going to be into the 8s, no problem at all. And then we'll really start to wind up the power and get some mile an hour into it and see if we can crack that 160 on street tyres. That's my goal, is to do 160 mile an hour on street tyres on the quarter. If it gets to the point where we're breaking motors or having problems with power, then obviously the only way to go quicker is to be lighter. We can be as light as 1100 or 1060, I think. We've set up a nice little shop out here that's sort of a bit private, and yeah, we just get stuck in and build some cool cars and have a lot of fun. And website's ripslimited.com, but by the time this is on, it might actually be ripsracing.com, so either one will get you there. And there will be a lot of footage of this, and there's a lot on YouTube. If you just dial in RIPS RB30, you'll get a lot of video footage of the car doing its thing. So yeah, no, I'm confident we're going to do really well with this car. Import All Stars, we're booked in for that, and we'll have the trans sorted by then. So I'll either be flipping it over backwards or doing 8s.
You've got security over here. Very mean security. You can't hire security as mean as that.
Tell your man to walk up there with the camera and see what happens. Go right in there, mate.
Jack's pretty mean, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't mess around, mate. You better hope the chain doesn't break.
Cheers, Robbie, for showing us your shop and keeping your dogs at bay. See ya at Import All Stars.